So here it is, the new Mitsubishi Triton. It gets a bold new look on the outside, some interior tweaks and plenty of active safety. And here are the 5 things we think you need to know about it. Number 1, so the front of the Triton is probably the most noticeable change over its predecessor, and it gets a version of Mitsubishi's dynamic shield grille. Look, I think the thing looks quite good, but I want to know what you think, so let me know by leaving a comment.
Number 2, the exterior changes carry over onto the inside where you get a revamped interior. The model we're in is the top spec GLS Premium, and it gets leather seats, dual zone climate control, infotainment screen with Apple and Android connectivity. But unlike the soft touch materials used inside many of this car's competitors, the interior of the Triton is all hard, scratchy plastic. Over in the back, there are small rear door openings. There isn't a lot of leg or headroom once you're in, and the seat back is quite upright. But you do at least get roof-mounted air vents and power outlets.
Number 3, the new Triton might look very different to the old one, but dimensionally it's pretty much the same. Take the tray for instance. The dimensions on this tray are identical to the old car. In fact, you can even fit the tonneau cover off the old car on this new one. And that means the same problems from the old car carry over to this new one. And that is that the tray extends too far past the rear axle. And that means you've got to be really careful when you're loading the thing. The other problem I have with this car is that the tie down points are high up on the side of the tray. They really should be down on the floor. Number 4, the Triton's engines are carried over from the old model with no power or torque increases. There is, however, a new 6-speed automatic transmission, and it gets more out of this noisy old engine than you might expect. Mitsubishi says it's tweaked the suspension on the Triton for a smoother, more comfortable on and off-road ride. Now, to be fair, that's kind of hard to pick because the thing still is pretty bumpy and bouncy. Indeed, hit an expansion joint on the road and it sends a jolt through the entire cabin. Number 5. The Triton gets Mitsubishi's Super Select 2 system, and unlike some of this car's competitors, that allows it to run in either 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive on sealed surfaces. To the system, Mitsubishi's added a drive selector. You can choose from gravel, snow, sand and rock, and that tweaks the throttle, the transmission and the traction control. Despite the practicality of the Super Select 2 system, the traction control system isn't amazing. There's not a lot of ground clearance. The wheel travel at the front and the rear isn't great either, and the departure angle's pretty bad too because of the fact that that rear tray sits out so far past that rear axle. The other problem you've got to contend with is the side steps. Now, although they sit 20mm higher than they did on the old car, they still sit down quite a long way and they're very big. You are going to bottom them out on obstacles. So there you have it, the new Triton. It's improved in the areas it needed to, safety and looks, and while it doesn't set any new benchmarks, it remains good value against key competitors. Now, if you want to know more about it or to read our full review, make sure you head over to practicalmotoring.com.au.